If you're unsure about attending the NASCAR Homestead Miami Speedway race, here's everything you need to know. Now, I had infield ground passes and I was allowed to go on the racetrack and be as close to the team as possible without passing a yellow line. And you can walk all the way up to the finish line, just not past a certain line, which is super valid because I don't even think you can physically stand. But you can go to the finish line and give it a little sign before the race starts. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Formula One, but Formula One has a thing called Paddock Pass, and it's kind of similar to this, except you can't really go where the drivers are or where pit crew is for NASCAR. But you can be on the track and basically everywhere else. Now, there's actually quite a lot for somebody to do if you just get a general admission pass. They have this children's area where you can actually sign one of these cars. They have versions of the cars on the other side. They have a little playground for the kids, a simulation where you can race cars. They even have a free history of NASCAR section. It's like a trailer with air conditioning, which is a nice little break from the heat. There's also a lot of food trucks and some trucks with merch on it. Also, here's what shook me to my core. You can actually bring a cooler and water and food and not get them taken away. But it only makes sense as they're about 258 laps. Also, something I regret not doing is buying headphones covers or ear covers because listen to how loud these cars are. Now, we were decently up and that was still super loud. Now, if you're going to get general admission, definitely buy headphone covers because listen to how loud they are super close. Unfortunately, I really underestimated the sound of these cars, and safe to say my ears were ringing. On the contrary to Formula One, the higher the seats are, the better the view. Now, I was decently sized up, and I got the whole circle, so you don't have to go that high. However, do keep in mind that not all the seats have shade. So exactly where I was sitting, I was getting burnt. But I do not recommend if you want to watch the celebratory and the champagne throwing. Do not go back after the ground pass because you will not get a view. Now, if you had a different pass, you would be able to. Unfortunately, not with this pass. Another thing that shook me to my core with these infield ground passes, you can actually come in and out. One last tip is if you want to see the drivers get introduced with the music and all of that, do not leave the track before the gates are closed. Once those gates are closed, if you are on the opposite side of that gate, you will not be able to see those driver introductions up close. Even though I got stuck behind, I got to see a driver, so not too bad. But overall, it was fun. But I won't be forgetting my sunscreen this year.